Well, that's where the fortunate but also unfortunate thing of missionaries comes in, because missionaries did, as probably everybody knows, they didn't do a lot of good for the Native American population, for example, and neither did the early explorers who came in. But because part of their agenda was to convert Native American peoples, they needed to understand what their afterlife beliefs were. So, despite what they thought about them, they, in a lot of cases, actually did record examples of, Native American afterlife beliefs, and often this included the Native American people saying, so the missionary would say, what do you believe about the afterlife? And they would give a whole description of it, and then the missionary would say, and how did you come across this ridiculous information? Because they were always, very hostile and critical to them. And the Native Americans would say, this particular person 3 years ago died on this date and came back to life and told us, and that's exactly how we know. So, what's interesting about that is that even though the missionaries were trying to use their information against them, it often had the opposite effect. And the Native Americans would say, we actually don't believe your description of hell because our people have been there and we have firsthand experience of it. So what you're telling us is some guy who lived how many tens of thousand miles away in a culture that we know nothing about, and you're trying to tell us that that's more has more bearing on reality than our beliefs. So it was this prioritizing of personal experience within their culture over the foreign Christian ideas, which I think is really interesting.
I'm just sitting here fascinated by the thoughts of trying to do that. Convert. I
Hmm.
mean, just anybody who has never, I mean, who's lived in a bubble, for the lack of a better explanation for the time period we have here. Somebody new comes in and tells them whatever they're doing is wrong, but they have
Yeah,
no context to base their decision off. What's worked for them for the last thousands of years, and some guy comes in and says, you're not doing that right. You're not believing right, which is even harder for me to believe.
yeah,
It's just,
yeah, and especially when, like I said, they've got people who actually say that they went there, and the people who are alive who are around them saw that person apparently die, and then saw them come back to life, which in itself is going to be a miracle. So obviously they're going to listen to that person and take seriously what they say, because coming back to life isn't a daily occurrence. And then some angry foreign missionary comes ridiculing them and saying this is preposterous. So yeah, it took a while for them to embrace Christianity, and many still haven't.
this Germantown runner, he's on fire tonight. We're going to watch out for him.